Man, it's so lovely to see you. Huge congratulations. How excited are you and how thrilled are you to be heading out to Beijing?
Yeah, I'm super excited to head out to Beijing. This is going to be my second games, so I'm eager to see how the Chinese do it and get around the COVID restrictions and all that. So it's going to be a bit different, but yeah, I'm totally excited.
I remember interviewing you when you won Disability Sport Wales' emerging athlete. And that was a couple of years ago now. But when I reflect on your achievements, I mean, you're Britain's most decorated Winter Paralympian. Let's just pause for a moment because that is pretty phenomenal. You really have had a stunning career, but I guess you're still hungry for more, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to come out from my first games with Jen, to come out with 4 medals was absolutely amazing. We definitely didn't go into that thinking that we would win 1 gold, 2 silvers, and a bronze. We were just out there to gain the experience really for this games, and yeah, now I've put a bit of pressure on myself to try and do it again, and yeah, you always really want that same feeling again of skiing well and to feel that place on top of the podium.
Where did the love for this sport come from in the first place?
So my parents loved to ski. They learned to ski in university, and then they loved it and loved the mountains and decided that, right, let's take the kids along. And they made it such an enjoyable first holiday, skiing. And then every year that was our time to be a family and have a skiing holiday. And yeah, just fell in love with the mountains, the sport, the feeling of the air through your hair, and that feeling of going fast on these wooden poles, pretty much wooden sticks. And then yeah, just loved all the speed of it. And so when I was 12 or 13, decided that racing was going to be the way forward. So started racing with my dad as my guide, which was an amazing partnership and really tested the relationship, I think, as well.
I bet.
Yeah, but managed to get through it, and we're a lot closer now. And yeah, they'll be at home, unfortunately, watching from the TV this time.
Probably screaming. I mean, I love watching you. Your skill, you're fearless. I wish I could ski like you. You'll have to give me some tips. But you talked about Jen, your guide there, and I know how special that relationship was. It wasn't just on the slopes, it was a concrete friendship. And now, of course, Jen is focusing on her career in the British Army. But tell me about Katie and how that relationship's going.
Yeah, so that relationship's going really, really well. And yeah, we started skiing in July. Took us a good few months just to feel our way through it and try lots of different things. Changed a few things for what Jen and I used to do, and trying to see how each other works in each scenario. And then when we first got into races, some of them went brilliantly, some of them didn't quite go as planned. But I think that's part of the sport, and yeah, we're excited to go to Beijing and for Katie to have her first games as well, so I can share that moment with her as well.
Very much girl power, which I'm absolutely loving. There's been some highs and lows last 2 years. We've all experienced the pandemic and the challenges and the own personal challenges. You've also had to fight injury, haven't you?
Yeah, so in March 2020, I broke my leg, broke the tibia in my right leg, and that was the end of the season. After that, the races got cancelled because of COVID, so I actually didn't miss any racing, which was unusual. And I think that actually helped me a little bit in the mental side of things, on the psychology side of things, because I wasn't sat there watching my teammates and friends loving skiing and being able to go out there. So I think that kind of helped in that respect, but it also meant that I had to do my recovery in my back garden on FaceTime to the physios, and when you're VI, that's not quite
not very easy,
very hard thing to do. But yeah, so, and then just when we things were able to open up, we were back in the gym, allowed to train a bit more. Yeah, and then started to racing, but with all these other precautions.
Are you feeling in good shape now, though? You know, what I love about elite sport, it's all about timing, isn't it? It's getting it right for that moment to leave on that jet plane and then get to global competition. So how are you feeling in yourself?
Yeah, I'm actually feeling really confident. We just had our world champs in Norway in Lillehammer, and some of those races went really, really well. So I'm actually got a lot of confidence, which is definitely what you need when you're going down a downhill or something.
Yeah, without question. I mean, it's funny talking to you because you're still so young, but I feel like you're kind of a veteran within the squad. And what's the vibe like? Because of course it's one of the biggest teams ever, isn't it? Going out to the Winter Paralympics.
Yeah, it's really nice to see that there's a lot more people on the team, and there's some really good skiers coming up, and yeah, I actually really like having lots of teammates as well. Yeah, it means a lot for the sport to grow as well, and it hasn't just grown in our country. There's a lot more female VIs racing, and it gives me more competitors to compete against.
From your perspective, I mean, I love asking this question because there's nothing quite like representing your country. But for you, put into words what it means wearing that Paralympics GB gear.
I'm so proud to represent Great Britain and to be able to wear the kit and say, yeah, I've earned my place, because a lot of hard work over many years has gone into that, and to be able to wear it again and say I'm representing GB on one of the biggest world stages in our sport, and yeah, I'm super proud, and hope that I can do everyone in the UK proud as well.
And we're so proud of you at Disability Sport Wales. I look back, I watched the video actually the other day of when you won Emerging Athlete. You've come so far, and everyone in Wales wishes you all the best in Beijing. Go and reach for the stars, Menna, because you truly are an inspiration, and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much.